Hi, I'm Scott Gerard from Knowledge Reactor, and I wanted to help some local farmers apply artificial intelligence to help improve their crops. And I thought I would record some videos to capture the process. There's going to be a few videos in the series. This first one is about setting up a weather station to record some weather and sunlight data from the weather station. And then the future videos will be more about artificial intelligence and machine learning aspects. So let's get started. Okay, so today we're going to unbox the Ambient Weather 2902C and see what it's all made of. So let's get started. So here we have the weather station here. Got the manual, that looks good. Set that aside for a minute. We've got this is the bird cage. This is going to put some spikes on the rain gauge to keep the birds from nesting on top of the rain gauge. We'll set that aside for a minute. This is the console. This is the console. This is going to go inside the apartment that we're going to be building here. This is the main part of the unit, the weather station. We got the rain gauge here and the anemometer and the wind vane. A nice little meter there to see if we're level. Here's the anemometer itself. That's going to go back here, I believe. This is the cup for the rain gauge. It's going to go over there. This is the stand for the console. So console's going to sit up here on this somehow. Need to figure out how that's going to work. This is a piece that goes into the rain gauge, I believe. Here is the wind vane. That's going to go down here. This will be the mounting bracket for attaching it to the pole. So this is going to attach under here. This is the power adapter for the console that will go inside. I'll put that over here. And this is this is the temperature humidity sensor, the W31E, that will, it's not sure if we're going to use this or not, but this is a separate piece of gear that we'll put in there, and those are the pieces in the kit. The last thing is the console. There's a piece of plastic on it. I'm going to leave that on until I get over to the work site or to the installation site, and I'm going to use this base station to mount this on. And the way you do that, there's a couple of little feet here. You can pull the feet out if you want and set the thing up this way. I'm going to use the little stand here. So the way this works is the back feet here, the big feet, fit into the little clips here. Like so. And it stands up like that, and we'll be all ready to go. And what's going to happen, I'll plug this in with the power, and then the weather station will wirelessly connect to the console, not over Wi-Fi, but it will be a wireless connection. And then the console will connect over Wi-Fi to the router in the apartment. And that way I'll be able to transmit the data from the weather station to the console, to the router, and up into the cloud so we can see what's going on. Okay, so let's start assembling this thing. First thing I'd like to show you is that the wind vane has a flat edge on it. So, and that's important. You're going to have to fit to that. But the anemometer, the wind direction, doesn't have one. So the first thing we do is we take the wind vane and we put it on and line up, twist it until it finds that flat edge. Like that, and it spins. And then we're going to change the set screw. Now you may have to back the set screw out a little bit, but then screw it in. Like that, so it doesn't come off. Don't want that happening out in the field. And then the anemometer goes on, and we'll loosen that up a little bit, and then tighten it back down. Oops, not tight enough. There. So they're both on there, okay? Now the next thing we're going to do is put on the mounting brackets. So the mounting bracket goes in like this. And you can see that there's some holes here for one of the U-bolts. So we're going to put it in like this. The U-bolts are going to fit in so that it holds the mounting bracket in place. It fits right into that groove. So we'll put those on. We'll just put them on loosely now. I'll have to tighten them up when we actually get on site. And the second U-bolt. Goes on like that. And since it's U-bolts in the groove, this plate isn't coming out. So this will be firmly fixed onto the pole once we get out there. The next thing we're going to do is put on the rain gauge cup. Now there's a little arrow here you can see, and that matches up with this arrow here. Okay, so mounting this is a little bit tricky. You've got these little rubber things here you're going to have to press down and to compress those, and these edges here fit into these sockets here. So we get the arrows all lined up. And we turn it counterclockwise, or turn it clockwise, and that fits in there like that. And then we take the spring, and this goes in there like that until it hooks, just like so. Now we also have to install some batteries, and the battery compartment is back here. To open it, we're going to pull it this way. The original instructions I had said you needed AAA batteries, but these instructions say AA's, so I'm going to put in these batteries here just to show you how it works, but I'm going to get some the lithium rechargeable batteries. And you can see that the little light is on, and that's good. So that means we've got power to the unit. And once we put this cover back on, we're basically all set. First thing we're going to do is we're going to install AWNet. Type in AWNet here. Install it. So it's installed. I'm going to open the app, and allow it, give it my location. As you can see, the the Wi-Fi signal is still flashing and the M and B are flashing. So I'm going to add the device, select the 2902 device here, next. It's already flashing, next. And now we come up to the configuration screen. Now there's a lot of stuff on here, but I'm going to enter my SSID by entering the scan tag and then entering the password for my local Wi-Fi network. I also am going to make sure that the ambient weather, the interval here is on. I do want it to send data every 1 minute, and there is the MAC address for my ambient weather device. This other stuff down here is nice. You can connect it to the Weather Underground and connect it to Weather Cloud, but you don't need to do that right now. So I'm going to stop that I'm not going to do that right now. But now that I've got the stuff entered, now that I have everything in there, all I'm going to do is hit save here, and we're going to see that it's going to connect up to the device, and then I'll be connected up to the ambient weather signal, ambient weather site. And there we go. The M and B has quit flashing, and now the Wi-Fi signal has quit flashing. So now the console is connected to the internet. Now I'm going to have to redo this when I get on site after I connect the console to the weather station itself. Welcome to Bugle Boy Farms. This is where we're going to install the weather station so we can monitor the crops that we're growing out here. It's a very beautiful farm out here, and it's a beautiful, gorgeous day.
I'm Christian. I'm a garlic farmer. I'm growing 6 varieties this year, 2 hardneck, 4 softneck. We planted last November, and right now we're weeding, getting the aisles clean because we don't want competition for the garlic with the weeds. And we're going to be getting ready to harvest in late June, early July, and then we'll go to the market in August after the garlic's cured.
I migrated from Wisconsin 18 years ago. I came here to practice medicine. Now I think it's more important to grow food than it is to practice medicine. So in retirement, we've got a garden here with 7 nice rows so far and more to go. Hopefully I'll have 500 pounds of produce.
This is the window that where we're going to place the console, and it's going to have enough line of sight to reach over where that pole is, and that's where we're going to install the weather station. But that's going to be less than the 300 feet we need to make good connectivity. We need like 1 to 2 feet. So you can see we're at the Ambient Weather website. This is where the console pushes all the data to. I'm currently looking at the Bugle Boy Farm and Knowledge Reactor weather station. That's the one I named. You can see it here a little bit, but I can also go to the full screen mode. And I can also see other stations around me. I can zoom in and zoom out, and you'll pick up other stations out here. I'm going to go back to the dashboard. They have 3 tabs here. There's the tiles tab, and you can see that there's 12 tiles here. They give you the instantaneous reading of what's going on in the weather station. That may be where you want to hang out. I'm going to show you the charts and the graphs. They're kind of cool. This is the outdoor temperature and the dew point. So the blue is the outdoor temperature and the green is the dew point. And you can see that, you know, it's 24 hours. It's currently a little after 12:20. And we've got some data here, but it's reaching back all the way to about 12:20 yesterday. So obviously the temperature was high during the day and dropped down at night and is climbing back up again. So you can see what the temperatures really are outdoors. This is the wind gust and the wind direction. So this blue line here is the wind speed. It was windy yesterday, pretty calm last night, few little bursts of wind, but then it's picking up again this morning, today. The gray bars here are the gusts, so it's a much more shorter time duration, so you can get some gust speeds that are up here. It's going up to 10.3 miles per hour. The direction of the wind, mostly between the west and the south, so southwest somewhere. Some variation going on. When the wind speed drops to 0, the weather vane's not going to move, so you're just going to get these horizontal bars. But you can see which way the wind is blowing. We have the rain. Nothing has been happening on the rain the last 24 hours. Relative pressure. We also got the outdoor humidity. These next two graphs are the solar radiation and the ultraviolet radiation. You can see that it was pretty high yesterday. It was a very sunny day, pretty day outside. But there's some gaps in here. That's due to clouds blocking the sensors. So it was mostly pretty sunny, but there were some clouds up there. And then we've also got indoor temperature and indoor humidity. That's the temperature and humidity of the console itself inside the apartment. I'm not particularly interested in those. I'm more interested in the crops outside. But I do think this last one is kind of interesting. This is how high the sun was in the sky over time. And you can see that it went below the horizon here. And then about 6:35, it started rising up. And so it's reaching its peak again. And you can also see how high the moon was at the same time.